Hello and welcome to another installment of JSVeterans.com videos. As the lead developer, my name is Gasper. Let's get started, shall we? So first I'd like to take a minute and apologize for not releasing a video the last couple days. I came across a couple of very intensive bugs that I had to simply work out. Plus, as a disabled veteran, a horrendous back pain started a couple days ago that really impacted my productivity. But now that that's out of the way, let's get started. Actually, let me add that you'll notice that there's quite a few graphic changes and particle effect differences between the previous version and the current version. Any person interested in this game upon release should be happy to know that I'm consistently and constantly making updates and upgrades to the game as I create these videos and move closer to a beta launch. Okay, so the focus of this video is going to be primarily on statistics within the game that the player is able to modify through assets, active abilities, carriers and tiers, ranks, slots, and so forth. There's a fair amount currently, but rest assured I have the full intention of adding quite a few more after launch. There are three primary categories when it comes to all stats within Star Kinesis. These consist of base statistics, active statistics, and carrier chassis statistics. So when discussing this topic, I am aware that it's not as transparent for the player. That will change prior to beta. Rest assured you'll have solid stat outputs in both the base and while you're playing. It's also worth mentioning that all of these statistics are relayed online to all other players within the match. So let's start with the base statistics. Base statistics are categorized by stats that are calculated at the beginning of every match. These would also be categorized as passive mods, carrier statistics, rank, and slot bonuses. So to start, we have hit points, hit point regeneration, cap points, cap point regeneration, where cap is basically your shields. But remember, the cap regeneration is only affected when your hit points are at 100%. Accuracy, which is self-explanatory, ballistic damage, explosive damage, and energy damage. Then the ship modifier, which is a negative modifier for all ships. You can best imagine this by envisioning a generator on board every ship and the carrier. While the carrier's generator inherently could put out much more energy, being its size is dramatically larger, in turn the ships have dramatically smaller generators, so in turn they get a negative value of roughly 20% to all damage and cap capacity. And that does include all turret abilities mounted on smaller ships. And then lastly, your salvage bonus. This is only calculated at the beginning of a match, so you don't have to worry about losing, say, all your salvage modules or even your carrier in a battle and not getting that bonus from your salvage. Once these statistics are all calculated, they are static until you leave the battlefield. The biggest bonus to any of these is going to be standard mods that provide passive bonuses, as far as increasing every mod statistics past simply upgrading the tier of your carrier. Next is active stats. Active stats are able to be modified during gameplay, and they consist of active hit point regen, active cap point regen, active accuracy, and active energy damage. Active bonuses tend to have short durations, but give huge bonuses. Generally, active abilities also affect your entire team, and not simply just your own carrier and your own ships. And the reason why you might see some of these bonuses as a lower percentage is because active modifiers are actually compound modifiers. What I mean by that is if you have a 35% increase in your base stats, you've now pushed your base stats to 135%. When you add an active modifier of 35%, you're not just being pushed to 170%, that 35% multiplies your base values plus your base stats. And this is where synergy and team play matters the most, because if you work out with your teammates to compound certain stats with both base values and active abilities, you're multiplying the base multiplier of the base stats. Next, for active abilities, we have the ship modifier. This directly impacts all active bonuses on every ship possessed by generally you and your fleet. So if you have one player in your fleet running a tier 2 carrier that has the ability to significantly boost all ship stats for a short period of time, and you have another player running a tier 4 carrier almost equipped entirely with small ships, you're able to very dramatically boost the potency of that fleet. And if you also add a tier 3 carrier that has the ability to significantly boost explosive damage, it would dramatically boost all medium and large ships, since they all carry missiles of some capacity. Stacking that in tandem with advanced mods and passive mods, you can very quickly design a fleet that's able to overcome just about any other team. And if you tie in also a tier 1 carrier into that 4-person team, you can keep an enemy from being able to retreat as well for a short period of time. Then the last active modifier is movement speed. Self-explanatory and really only available by one carrier chassis and one advanced mod. Also keep in mind that active bonuses are additive and they do stack without a cap, so a well-coordinated team is even more potent. And the last, most important stat category, which is the carrier chassis. Carrier chassis provide the large singular bonuses in the game. Increasing a carrier's rank will dramatically increase its power output. The higher the tier, the higher those first initial couple ranks will provide power-wise. But as you increase in rank, you'll see that the lower tier carriers will dramatically outpace the power output of higher tier carriers. This is designed in such a way to ensure that a carrier never becomes becomes obsolete. It just defines its role more precisely, especially in team battles. So a tier 1 carrier will have a significantly higher percentage at rank 5 in the power output across the board comparatively to a tier 4 carrier even at rank 5, especially down to rank 1. And with the increase in rank, many other statistics are also increased with every carrier chassis, from movement speed to active ability cooldowns to turning speed to decreased cap drive spool up. Every facet of the carrier is updated, changed, and improved with increased ranks. It just becomes significantly more expensive as the ranks get higher. So here's a list of statistic modifiers in order of potency: the carrier chassis, the carrier rank, then the mod's individual rank, the mod's individual slots, which the higher the slots, the lower the accuracy especially, but it gives it significantly higher potential. Then carrier active abilities, advanced mods, then standard mod passive bonuses. Carrier active abilities and advanced mods also affect your entire team, and also those are compound modifiers. So that sums up the statistic modifiers in Star Kinesis. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe and like us on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter at JSVeterans. Thanks for watching and take care.